It was an impressive lineup of the world's who's who. The mood was euphoric. More than 100 heads of state had gathered to seek common action to protect the planet. The Earth was getting hotter, and all seemed concerned. Eventually, they signed a treaty called the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. While the rich and industrialized nations agreed to reduce their greenhouse gas emissions, the poor nations were asked to pursue economic and social development and poverty eradication. The convention said it was their first and overriding priority. The Earth Summit began with high hopes, but ended with broken promises. In the years that followed, emissions by the rich nations touched an all-time high.
Decided then to set Monday.
More than 160 nations met again in the ancient town of Kyoto in Japan.
We may find as we go through
This time, they adopted a treaty called the Kyoto Protocol. 38 rich countries, including the United States of America, agreed to legally binding targets to reduce emissions. The world hailed the agreement. The United States, the world's biggest polluter, walked out of the Kyoto Protocol. It said the treaty would damage its economy and was flawed since it did not include fast-growing economies like India and China. The rich economies of the world, which had made a commitment in Kyoto to cut down emissions, had increased them by 11%. The United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change warned that unless rich countries reverse their policies, catastrophic climate change is inevitable. Noted Nobel laureate Amartya Sen once described his land of birth quite interestingly. He said that for everything that is true of India, the opposite is also true. It was an apt summing up of a country that holds together many contradictions. Today, India is one of the fastest growing economies of the world. It is a global leader in information technology and business outsourcing. Its towns and cities wear a new gloss of wealth and consumerism. And yet, this is only half the story told. The other half is about the lives of nearly 600 million Indians who face a blackout every night. They live without electricity. Their number equals the total population of the United States and the European Union. Lack of access to energy has hampered their lives in many ways. In the countryside, many children study in the light of an oil lamp. They have no chance of using a computer or having access to the internet. The women still use firewood for cooking, silently taking in the fumes. Often, they have no access to even basic health care. Without energy, India's millions have no hope of getting out of the trap of poverty ever. If their lives have to change, India has to use more energy. Its emissions will increase. But the rich countries of the world don't agree. They say India should first worry about global warming. Its poor can wait some more generations.